Good morning. I was wondering, what do you think about island time? Yeah, island time. I always think it's a bit of a negative term, isn't it? Where people, they're on island time, like they don't care about being punctual, being on time. Yeah, because I've always struggled with being on time. I've just struggled with time in general, and it wasn't till many years later in life, and actually quite close to my current point in life, that I realized what was going on, and I thought I'd share a little bit on that. I wonder how many other people are dealing with that, but once I figured that out, it made it a lot more clear. Because I haven't had an alarm clock for, I don't know, actually 15, 20 years or so. And I wish I'd gotten rid of it way earlier. I remember as a teenage high schooler having my alarm clock, actually had this normal alarm clock, you know, the neat with the red digits. I didn't like it because I wanted something fancier. I wanted the Sony alarm clock, so, you know, with a radio built in. I devised this plan, really sneaky plan. Should I share this? Yeah, probably. Doesn't matter, but what a cunning little shit I was. I wanted a new alarm clock, and so I sabotaged my clock. I went as far to sabotage it by building in a little switch. I opened up the alarm clock and put in a little power switch so that I could actually switch it off and then go to my mom. My alarm clock doesn't work. And it worked. She bought me that Sony alarm clock. And because the reason why I built that switch in was as a fail-safe. If it didn't work, then, well, at least I could switch it back on, you know. But with that alarm clock, I had such a struggle, such a deep and intense struggle. I would be hitting the snooze button, and I was with the red digit clock and I was with the Sony clock, no difference. I would be hitting the snooze button literally 10 times. Sometimes it would take me an hour. One morning I actually managed to hit the button for 3 hours, and it was every 7 or 9 minutes, and I just got addicted to wanting just a little bit more sleep. And it would make sense because quite often I was up late, you know, till probably 2 a.m. was quite regularly time that I would be staying up. Whew. Still getting a bit chilly from the swim just now. But this struggle with the clock of getting up wasn't just about my daily rhythm. It is also about always misjudging the amount of time something would take. I was always late for school, like just always. I was even late for school when I was going to, I don't know what you call it, elementary school or whatever. This school was literally around the corner, like a 1 minute, 60-second, 90-second walk around, and yet somehow I managed to always be late. It was like a prayer in class, and I was always late for that. It's funny because in Holland prayer is not really a thing, but I went to a Catholic school, and it was just because it was theirs, not because my mom was Catholic or far from it. But afterwards I would still always be late for high school, like always a lot late. No matter how hard I tried, I'd be just like so focused on it, just making sure, get the alarm clock, do the thing. Even if I didn't do the whole snooze thing, I would try to wake up an hour earlier, 2 hours earlier. You know, get into all these crazy things like waking myself up at like 5 a.m. and then so that I could make sure that I would get out by 7:30 and make it in school by 8:30. Ridiculous early timings. Later I lost jobs, summer jobs. Like I was doing tourist photography at the Amsterdam canal boats. I thought, yeah, I scored the job. And I was like, feeling really good about it. And I came late. And they're like, you can't be late. You'll be fired. But we'll zien het door de vingers. We'll let you come again. Just make sure you'll be in time. Yes, absolutely. Late again. Fuck. My God. And they let me come again. Now, obviously, the third time that I came late, and not by 2 minutes, late by, I don't know, that time, but probably like half an hour or even 2 hours, but more something like 20 minutes, half an hour. That usually was sort of what happened. So why was I always late? I couldn't figure it out. Till many years later, it was maybe when I was 45 or something like that, I saw this program about ADHD, and by then it was very clear that I had ADHD. I mean, I was already diagnosed 20 years earlier, but they didn't call it ADHD, so I never made the link. They called it, or they said I was monomanic. Monomanic is like one thing, and then you just go deep into it. And yeah, sure, I've got that hyper-focus kind of deep dive thing. That's why I can research the shit out of things and just keep going till I really know that I've got it. It's like a superpower, but fuck. But they mentioned this thing about time blindness. Like, time blindness. Yes! That's it! Oh my God. Yeah, because however I try to work at it, I just don't see time. I think, I just got to do this, that, and that's going to take, that's in my mind, that's 5 minutes. So that'll be easy to do that. Just 5 minutes of that and I'll be out of the door. But in reality, it took 20 minutes or half an hour, or that walk. Same, that might be 10 minutes. But no, it's actually 40 minutes. I remember going to a cafe with my friend, and I realized, damn, I forgot my wallet. Ooh, almost forgot to grab my shoes. It's so cool. You can walk here barefoot, and just further up the path it becomes quite stony, and so I'm pushing out. It's kind of ow, too much. But I went to that cafe with him and I forgot my wallet, and so I just gotta go back to the studio and grab it. And the studio is just, it's a 5-minute walk, less even probably. Sure, I'll be here. So I went to the studio, I don't know, grabbed a few things, and it was, whatever. Maybe did a little thing, not quite sure what, but hurry. And I came back to the cafe like, hey, I was like, what's up? Why are you looking so grumpy? Well, you've been gone for an hour. I'm like, yeah, right. No. Yeah, an hour. An hour. Okay, so what was for me 10 minutes, really, max, was an hour. So, now how did I manage life after that? After I realized that I would lose my jobs and being late all the time, or that I can't distinguish between 10 minutes and an hour. And this goes further. This goes also like how many days? No, that's already been 2 weeks ago. What? Oh, really? I thought it was like 4 or 5 days ago. No. It's challenging. It's really, really challenging. I can really struggle with time. So these days, I'll keep this a bit shorter, but these days I work very differently with time. I don't have an alarm clock. I just wake up when I wake up, and I focus on my circadian rhythm. I try to get a healthier circadian rhythm and go to bed earlier. Don't, doom scroll. Like I focus on making sure that if I go to bed on time, I actually wake up with the sunrise, and I do some yoga on the beach with sunrise, get some sun on the naked body so that the body actually recognize the specific color waves of the morning rising sun, the golden light. And that really works. It really brings my body into this rhythm. And when it comes to my personal time setting, I just have to have this caveat and explain to people, like, I struggle with time. I just try to come as soon as possible, or when it's in flow. I make my appointments quite wide open, and I try to engage people on this way and make appointments in such a way that it gives leeway to just be in time. And I think that when more people work that way, or let's say when I was in the community, when you start to look at other cues, and we just come together, and lunch does arrive, and we do get to work in time together when it is on time, in flow. And that really works well. I mean, once you surrender to that, things make sense and happen in the right moment. And I know it's really hard for our Western mind to make peace with that, to accept that. And it is this thing we just get really triggered by. Yeah, but how else are you going to make things work? And how do we know when it's... Just, we'll meet up tomorrow in the morning, have some breakfast and make it work. And it can just work. And that sort of relaxedness that comes with it makes that you don't feel anger towards people that come too late or waiting because we're still not there. All that. And yes, you do get things done and you can coordinate stuff. It gets done when it needed to get done, and there's a different kind of vibe and energy and camaraderie, and it really works. But you gotta get let go of some expectations, and I think that is what we would call island time. And to be honest, since we all are being honest here, I am on island time and I love it. And I think that repressed sort of weird clock time, it doesn't work for me at all. I need to show up where and when it's needed and when it's in time. Well, thought I'd share that with you this morning. Maybe some of you will feel some support in living in a different kind of time. Maybe some of you will be pissed off because of it. I don't know what to say. It's like I've got a lot more peace since I've embraced my time blindness, and I feel a lot more in harmony with my surroundings and happier for it. Okay, good morning and bye-bye.